Happy weekend, everybody. So I wanted to make a quick video. Well, I say quick. My videos seem to be long-winded, but I wanted to make a video of how I look at, and I'm not going to say plan progress, but how I think about progression. I don't, I've mentioned before, I'm just going to push, for the most part, ops leveling. So what I tend to do is I try to push ops progression during events where I get something for spending the materials. And so this is what we have this week. You're all probably familiar with it, the Cosmic Choice. You spend materials. It's not the best event. I'm debating whether or not I want to participate in this one or wait till there's an officer event. And the reason is because here's what I have for those that currency. I have the Officer Depot tokens. I mean, I have almost, close to 700,000. And honestly, I don't know what I want to, like getting more of those isn't going to really help me because some of these officers I'm not going to spend them on, like, MU Picard or MU Kira, which by the way, I call her Jazzercise Kira. Hey, let me show you the other ones. That's Vampirella Troy. So anyway, but I don't spend them on these because, like, Hemmer, I basically got him maxed out. Kirk, I don't have him maxed out, but he's fairly well sourceable. Again, I'm not in a rush to play this game. You can't play in a rush, so I can wait to get these guys through their regular sourcing. I mean, Pike, I've got him maxed out, and I never paid anything for him specifically. And Benga, I mean I like him, but again he's sourceable. Anyway, the point I'm making here is that a lot of these officers are sourceable, so I don't really have a place to spend them. Like, I'll give you an example of one that's not sourceable very easily. It's Laliari, I think is how you pronounce it. I mean, she's not easily sourceable, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna spend all my currency just to grab her, right? I think she comes in one pack. I think it's I won't go look at it, but I think it's one of the. I know she's sourceable from at least one place. I don't know why I'm in here. That was just a bad click. So, in terms of, but if I were, and I haven't made the decision yet, but if I were going to participate in this, obviously, you look at what you want leveled. The progression at this point for me to go to 68 is to level up, the infrastructure of the base, and then of course I have ships that I need to level up, and of course I have research. Sorry, I was thinking of something. Okay, so like I'm gonna go ahead and level this up right now, or not level it up, but I'm gonna go ahead and increase it. See, this one has a limit of 60. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. I can just go ahead and do that one. It didn't cost me any real resources that I care about. So I'm going to go ahead and level that one up. All of these are points to be scored, all of these green ones, because they're all at the, except for these don't have a score in inventory or competition right now because they're below G6, and I don't think any of these require, they don't have any material cost. So I guess what I'd say right now is this is the strategy for me is to align my progression when I can get something back from it. And I'm sure all of you do the same thing. But this particular weekend, and I was holding out for this weekend because I was hoping there would be a good spend event, not money, not cash wise, but material wise, that it would be the officers. Now, that being said, I don't know if you all have taken a look at your Treasury. The Treasury is not too bad this time around. It has something unique that I've not really noticed in any of the other ones, which is you've got the 2 new officers in here for sourcing. That's I mean, you know, if you had I don't have the 800 here, but, you know, to do it for free, but if I had them, I'd definitely pull this one. Because, you know, getting progress in the current officers is not a bad thing on the, on the Treasury. You know, as far as like the resources here, the best thing to do is just track your own resources, like on a spreadsheet, just the ones that you need. Like right now, I track my G6 and my rare G6. I don't track my uncommon G6 because I don't really have a problem usually meeting the requirements for that, but it's the rare that I really don't have much of. So in what I like about this one is you're getting all the materials, like you're getting the ore, the gas, and the crystal. And then, of course, you know, again, we've talked about this before, the 4 down here, which is of no value, the 3 down here, which is of no value. Sigma speedups are good, but, you know, I'd rather have Scopely lose these 3s and the 4s and either give me, even if it's just marginally more, 6, that would make it so much more valuable. Let's see what else. So yeah, so let's go ahead and I am gonna level up my ships. So let's do that together. Let's see. So I can score a few points on this one. So this is my Dauntless, and I should have enough to do both things to upgrade it. And let's pull the trigger. Kapow. Kapow. We'll go ahead and tier it up. And we'll do instant, confirm. And I just did my daily pull-ins, and I think this is going to reset my refinery there. So let's go check. The Dauntless is the trans. No, it's not the. Hold on. Oh, well, I haven't pulled these. I need to pull these. I thought the Dauntless had a refinery. I know it's got technology. Yeah, here it is. So we'll go ahead and claim the upgrade gift. The game has been kind of weird today on its, you know, output. It's I think we all know where this is going. Let me pause it for just a second so you're not looking at a blank screen. All right, I'm back. So, let's see. Dauntless Tier 5. I'm not sure if it... There we go. Okay, so got it. Let's see if there's anything else that refreshed. I have not been collecting these. Mostly just because, let's see. Mostly just because I'm not even working on that particular level of tech. I just don't have the resources to really pull it all. So I haven't been working on those. Let's see. I'm maxed on these, so using those resources to pull stuff I don't need is kind of wonky. All right, so let's go ahead and upgrade this ship a little bit more. Let's see what we got. I usually start off with weapons, but those also tend to be the most expensive. See? The next thing I'll upgrade, if I think I need it, would be the warp drive. And the problem is if I upgrade the warp drive, I don't think I'll be able to get anything else. I might be able to get the impulse engine and the warp drive. So why am I not going to do the weapons here? I'm not going to do the weapons here at this point because the ship doesn't do what I needed to do anyway. So there's no reason for me to focus on the weapons. So I'll go ahead and do the warp drive, and that should leave this one. And we'll go ahead and do that one. And then we'll go ahead and level it up. So this XP here, I get all this XP from the away missions. So we'll go ahead and level it up. All right. Now let's level up another ship. I won something here. Let's see what I won. Cosmic cleanup figures. Okay. Let's look at other. Oh, I could do my. This is the one I've been waiting for. I can't believe I didn't think about this one first. I should be able to do quite a bit here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Slip into a Slim Jim. Let's do it. Ready? So we'll go ahead. I want to make sure. I'm just looking at these. All right, let's do the weapons first. By the way, this ship can get all the way out to level 70 zones. So I do want to pass on to you all that I've said it before in another video. This ship, for me personally, is the best ship in for me as a you know, I'm not a free to play player, but for me as a player who really just sort of, okay, so remember I said, like, I usually focus on the weapons first. Let me see where I am in this competition first, though, before I go on. Golly, I still didn't win anything. Look at that. I don't know what Scopely is thinking here, but you know, I don't know. All right. Anyway, let's keep going on this. Let's see what else we can level up. So this ship can get all the way out to the level 70 mission. Let me show you that really quick. Not missions, sorry, zones. I know that this is kind of off topic a little bit, but it's important because, you know, when you're leveling up, let's see, where do we go? Where's my hazard? Let's see, hazard ship kill. So this one right here is a level 67. Oops, I don't have a captain. That's why. Let me put a captain in there. Okay. So, no, I didn't have the right ship. Okay, so this one can get out to level 67. So if we just zoom out a little bit, we can see that there's some 70 zones out here. And look at that. Boom. Now, by the way, it could get out there before I leveled it up. So I would say to you that if you're in G6 and you have your GS31, really, this is the one you want to level. I know that a lot of other players out there will say, you know, oh no, you know, you gotta. Oh, by the way, this refreshed when I tiered it up. So I'm gonna pull this again. Look, for me, I'm not gonna tell you how to play your game. I'm just gonna tell you my experience with the game, and my experience is the Velox it's a really cool looking ship. But if you want to me, the most important things are your tech to level up, meaning that your technologies, your galaxy, your cosmic, and your combat, and then of course all the other ones. But you know, there's a lot. Those and like your ships and your officers, but those just come by playing, right? Time. I would not. But you don't need like 30 ships, right? I mean, that's what I'm finding is, and that's why I'm mixed on this whole release, because the 2 ships aren't that important to lose, but at the same time, man, it hasn't been playable. I still have got no response from the outpost that I lost, or not that I didn't lose it, but the outpost that froze. Which cost me not only the resources to start it, but it also cost me playing 2 events, right? Because I went to go try to score in the one event related to the outpost, so I didn't score there, and so I didn't get any of the resources related to that. And because it's bugged, I didn't play the subsequent ones. So that's, you know, that is sort of the snowball effect of bugs. But again, getting off track. Let's get back to upgrading ships. Okay, so what am I going to upgrade here first? Because this ship can kill or destroy any current targets that I would go to, I'm going to actually focus on its and it can get out. I'm going to focus on its defense first before I do anything else. Just so that way, if I go hit 70s, because I mean I can hit a 70, but it takes away about a quarter of my. I can only probably do about maybe 7 or 8 of them. I don't need this. The impulse doesn't really do much. Gosh, is it? It's got weapons. What's this? It's impulse. Okay, here are the shields. Okay. Warp isn't that important, but I'm going to go ahead and update it. Like I said, it's not that important because it can get everywhere. And by the way, did you notice it has complete and total ability to survive the... Oh, that's my generator, by the way, in case you're wondering if you can hear it. So let's do the impulse, make it a little faster. I think I'm going to be able to get it to 15. So let's just push it to 15. There we go. And that'll give me another refine. So it is maxed. Nice. And then let's go back to the refinery. This should be refreshed. There we go. Pull this again. Of course, I don't need the parts anymore, right? So, that's, you know, that's the weird thing with the way the game is designed. You keep pulling stuff you just don't need it. But okay, you know, I mean, I don't know how much work they could do to fix that, but there it is. So there's my maxed GS31. I am 67. Let me show you its warp range. So we'll go out to, see, there it is. Goes all, and now it's just shy of the 500. And I mentioned this in another video. This is going to be dependent upon, let's see, let's look at the combat ship. Because I think the final level here, yeah, it's going to be based off of my ops level. See, so hazard proof, right? I'd get an extra 100%, but I can't do it until 69. So most of this research here, it's just, I'm limited by my ops level. So can't really do much about that. But let's keep pushing a little bit of progress here. So we've got the Dauntless Cargo. I'm not going to do that. I would rather push this level, but I can't. So we'll save there. Aggregation. Oh, I was just there. Let's see. Away teams. I've got most of this already done. I mean, I'm not going to do any of those. I told you about these. These are not... They add, supposedly, some to the Priority 1 missions. I have yet to see them, by the way. Combat. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back to level some more ships. Specialty ships. So let's see if we can level the relativity. We can. So... Let's see. Let's do this one. And we'll do this one. All right. Swap ship. Let's check if I can do this one. Nice. I don't need the warp engines. I can get anywhere I need to get to right now. What I need on this one is probably the weaponry, but I'm only gonna, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do more than one. So let's see if I can do. It looks like I'm going to be limited to one thing. So let's do a weapon. That was a very... It wasn't the best. Let's see what else. I don't think I can do this ship. Oh, I can. Nice. Oh, look at that. Here we go. Tear this one up. And then we will, got nothing else there. And then we should have the refinery refreshed for the mirror universe. So we'll claim this. And I don't think there's going to be much else to claim. I think that was claimed just because, I don't think that was claimed as a result of, but these are. These were, it looks like these were refreshed. So I don't claim the, I do claim the mirror dust because I still have a few things in the mirror research part that I don't need to do, but I don't need any of this stuff, so I don't claim that. Oh, this is such a slow ship to upgrade. It's brutal. Go ahead and claim these. All right, so we got that ship upgraded. That's cool. And then, yep, okay. And one more. Let's look. Okay, so let's check another ship. I think I have one more ship, one or two more specialty ships. I don't think there's. Oh, okay. Let's see. What is this one? These are the shields. So this one I don't, it's not a major attack ship, so I'll just do its shield so it can help out a little more when I need to get the points for its upgrade event. Okay, let's try this one now. Nope, nothing there. Don't think this one has it. Oh, it does. Okay. I should make a video about this one because I don't actually use this one to farm any of its stuff. I should make a video on that one. Let's see. By the way, both of these I got this item from the arena events, and I got this one just from being very patient and getting the daily drip on the, I think it's the GS not the DTI. I'll go there in a bit. Let's just keep going on ships. See if I can upgrade this fellow. I think I can. I think I saved it for. I did not. Shoot. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's it, y'all. Oh, let me check the. Here we go. Here's our missile. My little boy's in trouble. Okay, so let's see. Which one do I want to do? That's two weapons. Let's go ahead and do. I guess it doesn't really matter because. All right, so we got the Borg cube going, and I think that's it. Oh, look at that! I think I actually cracked a milestone there. Yay! Okay, so. Now let's go back to buildings. I wanted to get the ships done first. Now let's go back and push ops. So let's go. I'd like to do the shipyard. So let's do that one. I'm going to speed this one up. I've got about 45 days I can do. I don't have much more than that, so. But I'd like to get the shipyard going first. Yeah, see, that's going to take most of my. But I got to do the R&D anyway. We'll smart speed this up. Okay. Let's see what we got. 200% research, 60% research, and these are 6-star. All right, let's see what else we need now. This is where it just starts to get ridiculous. Like you have all the platforms that have to go. So we'll go ahead and do this one. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. We'll do this one next. I'm going to just go until I run out of my speed ups for the... Okay, we'll do that one. I'm trying to do the dilithium stuff. Okay, so that's all I can do at this point. I have no more speed ups, so that's where I am stopped. Let's go to research now. How many research? I've got 3 research slots. Sorry, I had to cough there. So let's go to... Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to go to... Okay, back. Sorry. Life took over for just a second. Okay, real quick. So I'm going to... I know I have a lot of station research that I'm still working on. I can score some points here in 5-star materials, so that's what I'm going to do. So you can see, if you were noticing as we move through here, you can see that everything behind me is pretty much maxed out. Let's see. I don't have any, so I'm going to do this one. This is my bottleneck right here, as you can see. So I'll go ahead and do this. And then I'll just smart speed it up. I don't think I need that one too much. Let's see. I definitely don't for the rogue. So let's do some of this other stuff. Let's do this one. I'd like to do something I can do either max out or yep. See, I ran out of those little thingies. So let's go ahead and put the base titanium up to the same level. All right, so we got that. Okay, so we're done with our research under... Oh, we got one more here maybe. Mitigation against platforms. Let's just go ahead and grab this one. By the way, the reason I'm able to do all these is mostly because I've got all those 3-hour research from the away missions. I can't speak good enough. Can't say too many good things about the away mission. Galaxy, I'm pretty much already done. I just have primes in here. I'll just show you that really quick. And this is what I mean. Like, this is what I really focus on. Okay, now let's go do stuff in this research here. By the way, this adaptive weaponry, rotating frequencies, transneural blocker, and multi-adaptive. Don't waste your time on those. I wasted a little bit and then I moved on. Okay, so I'm gonna go on. You can see a lot of this is already highly completed. Let's see if we can do anything here. This will be good. Well, no, I want to score points. So, oh, but you know what? I don't have any more speed ups, so we'll just do this one. Oh no, yeah. Hold on. Like I said, I'd like to be able to get... Okay, I'm not going to actually do these. Not yet. It's one day. We'll go ahead and do this one. And I'll go ahead and do this one, because this will raise... This one I think is actually going to get, when this is done, let's see if I can speed it up. Let's speed it up. the reason I want to speed it up is because I think that extra, that like extra 20 points or 40 points will get the GS31 over 500. Okay. Well, let's do this one. Ask for help. And I think we can do one more. And we'll ask for help. And I think that is all I can do. So I think that's all my slots. Yeah. So now I've got my queue full. I've done everything that I can. I don't have any more speed up, so I can't actually push it. Let's see where I am in the event. I'm rank 2. So we'll see how I do. I don't know. All right, y'all. Have a good time. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the game. Have fun. If you get bugs, if you experience them, put in a ticket. I haven't heard anything from my ticket yet, which is disappointing. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to mean that they just said, hey, well, you got your ships back. But the bug has more of an impact than just not being able to complete it. It also has an impact in completing events, which has impact in your resources, which it's a snowball event. So it is important that you report if you experience the bug. Report it to Scopely. That's the reason why I showed you how to, or not showed you, but why I documented making the bug, because it's important that we report the bugs. All right. Thanks a lot.